Bonsoir Adrien.
So, good evening, Adrien. Thank you for being with us today again. Good evening, Adrien. Good evening, Isabelle. So, Adrien, we wanted to start with you again and listen to you talk about who you are, your beliefs, and what has led you to this very specific career path that you've had in this mutual insurance company? Well, it's always a bit difficult to explain how you've done things in your professional pathway, but I've always wanted to do things that were in line with my values, something that would always be socially oriented. So I was very lucky to study at HEC Business School, but it was also at a very specific moment in time. All the mainstream ideas were being questioned. I studied after the 2001 crisis, and this is where new questions were emerging, new ways to act in the economy, social economy, fair trade, CSR, and also the accommodation of the economy and cultural aspects. And I was fascinated by this, and this gave me the opportunity to look into all those aspects, and I realized that what really counts is what you really want to do and the things that you want to do and change in life. And I was lucky enough to become familiar with a new model that I was aware of, very familiar with, the mutual insurance company. So we're very close to people's needs. And we're also able to do this without having short-term objectives in mind. And this is where I started my professional career. I started working at MACIF. I met with wonderful people, people who really were very attached to what they were doing. They were also very attached to the sustainability of their business, and it has also given me the opportunity to work with great people such as Ophi and SWEN. Well, when we listen to you, we really realize that acting as a group, something that is very close to your heart, but as always, there are many notions that have to be reconciled: business environment, company and performance, short-term, long-term. So in your view, those issues, are they really so difficult to reconcile? Well, I don't think so. I don't think we should really put one against another, because when you work for a company, when you're a manager, this is just your job, no? That's what it means being a manager. That's what makes also this job so interesting. And I have the feeling that right now people always want to have some contradictions or positions, whereas, this is a question that people have tried to answer since, for a very long period of time. I'm not going to talk about what was done in the 19th century, but for example, paternalism, this was a way to meet those needs. You also had new laws with CSR in the year 2000, the Nicolas Hulot Environmental Pact in 2007. So the question is not about how to reconcile all this, but how to do this in a sustainable way. And I very much believe in a way to do this. This need for sustainability is something that really has to do with the governance scheme of the company. Who makes the decisions, and how much are you focusing on the various stakeholders, suppliers, employees, customers, etc. And it very much depends on the governance model. And this is the way mutual insurance companies work. And I believe, at least at right now, without really being aware of it, in these new regulations, they are trying to reproduce this model and replicate it in the real economy. Yes, that's interesting indeed. Adrien, there are two things I'd like to mention. So you have this crisis, this health crisis that we are currently experiencing. And what is the impact for you? What is the impact on the MACIF group? And you also talked about sustainability, governance, and the way MACIF has implemented all this. I believe that the year 2020 is an anniversary year, and you also are going to have a founding text that is going to amplify this sustainability aspect. And as you said, I believe that your model is inspiring other companies, other models. Well, this crisis is having a major impact on us. It is impacting the people who are part of MACIF, its employees, and also its member policyholders. What we see with our member policyholders, and this is very much a concern to us, people need some support in very difficult situations, sometimes even tragic situations, and they need our support. They need to be accompanied. And this is what we are currently working on. We need to go beyond a pure contract. Obviously, we're talking about insurance companies, so we have contracts and policies. And we have to go beyond the terms of the policy. We need to provide our support in a way that goes beyond the pure contract. And this is why we've implemented various types of measures or solutions, as MACIF Solidarité could do, but we could have done many other things too. So we need to think in terms of a community, a group. So, and we are a mutual insurance company, so there is that notion of short-term profitability. And there is also this aspect that is having an impact on our employees also. No, we've had 2 lockdowns. No, during the first lockdown, people discovered telework, and it's a positive aspect. But during the second lockdown, people realized, well, no, working together with real people is also something that is quite good, and people need to be part of a group. And this leads us to a new way of doing things, and we need to work in more of a participatory way. You said that 2020 was a very special year for us. Well, yes, indeed. It is our 60th anniversary. We've been developing for the past 60 years, and we have been working on many new issues. But the society as a whole has changed very much in those 60 years. And in 2020, we decided it was time to work on our mission statement. No, it isn't about starting from scratch again. No. Or it really is about rewording our mission and finding a good way of expressing it. And we decided to do this together with everyone as a group. No, it's quite fashionable to say that you have a mission. Everyone has a mission. But obviously, there are different ways to decide upon a mission. You could have a mission statement that is written by 2 or 3 people at the executive committee, or you can do this with everyone within a company. And this is what we did at MACIF. 10,000 employees, 1,500 delegates, a certain number of partners or policyholders who've been with us for a long time. So we asked them about our future mission. There has been a lot of interaction. So here, in this case, we used the digital tools. We got all sorts of documents, and we ended up with one formula, and it more or less says what we can do in the future. We want to protect the present time to allow for the future to happen. And it says it all. This is our identity. We are an insurance company. We're here to protect people, but we also are turned towards the future because we have in mind the future of the stakeholders, and this includes everything: environmental issues, social issues, societal issues, and obviously we are an insurance company, so we're here to protect people, and this is what we've been doing for many years now, and we also work with you to do this. Well, thank you very much, Adrien. Thank you very much for your testimonial. Many, many messages, and especially that notion of being a group. You can't build anything if you don't work as a group. As you said, we are part of an ecosystem, and if you want to be successful, you have to work together. Thank you very much for having been with us this evening, and we'd like to invite you to go backstage again. Thank you.